What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome back into another daily recap. Today we're going to do both together XAU USD, gold, and Bitcoin USD for the day 23rd of August. There we go. So let's start with gold, our main pair. And we see, of course, the day is not over, but by the time the day is over, the day for me will be over already. So I'm going to do it, even if it's early. It's still not market closed, but it's fine. So we come up from Asian session. I think that if I go back a little bit in time, we saw exactly here. Let's do it from this way. We saw a big spike up during Asian session. I will not mark it up exactly, but of course, it's clear that we saw a big spike, price creating new high up until pre-London session. So let's go back and see here our day on gold. So as you already saw, we were coming from Asian very bullish. We were reacting at a certain high level, ranging, nothing special, low volume, a high being created again, retesting the same high, rejection, slow volume. We're coming towards pre-London open, Eurozone open. We see a further pullback, nothing special, no big moves. We're coming at New York open again. We try to make a new high, nothing special, no price points really clear. Up until 10 a.m. we start to see that there's a price sensitivity area that is being respected many times from pre-London, and only in London we had some sort of double bottom being created here. We try to create a new high, but we fail because we fall short of the previous higher high. But then we see that price, yes, is retracing, but we are always coming towards these previous highs, and we are always failing to break below. So it's very difficult because we had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 taps, 6, 7 of this price sensitivity area. So it's not easy to decide when to enter. But if it's a high risk, if it's a pre-plan, and this was a pre-plan zone, 1785 was an area of interest of price to reject after a pullback. We could have entered high risk, high reward buys here after these many taps, failing to break below. Of course, let's see if we can see any other medium risk entry. So we see spike up, of course, reacting at these previous highs. Another block being created at these previous highs. Again, no clear action, but you see, we are creating a higher low here. There's a higher low, new higher low that is being created. So we failed to close back below those previous price points. As you can see, we are above, apart from this spike, that was a sort of fake out, we are failing to close below these previous highs and in continuation up. As you can see, very, very slowly into pre-New York, we start to, this was the medium risk entry, this was the high risk entry. Of course, this was pre-planned, was not just improvised on the spot. We have now pre-New York, some volume coming in. Clear close above the previous highs, and then we see coming towards New York. This is New York open. We see the last liquidity grab on the left, which is failing to break below and close below this previous low, sorry. And we start the continuation of the trend. So it's a confluence of confirmations. New York open, lower week, failing to break below previous lows, continuation in trend. This is the confirmation, a risk reward entry, of course, here exactly at the same point, but then you see price is creating new higher lows, is breaking above, retesting this area, not on the dot, a little bit deeper, but you see that immediately reacts. So this, we might say this is a medium risk entry, because we have already more confirmation of the uptrend continuation, and then we have very, very, very impulsive bullish momentum, a pullback, a little order block being created, break, retest, and then continuation up into making new highs well above 1806, slightly above 1806. Of course, we're not having any key level. We know that 1795 is a key level and it broke very aggressively. We know that 1786 was a key level, and this was 1803, which is now a very important key level. So we had also a break and retest above the key level. So here a nice arrow. There you go. Then we see, since we are very, very high, and there is still no fundamental reason to be that high, if not the reason of pricing in the possible pessimism that will come from the Fed this Friday. We saw immediate reaction, retesting 1795-ish key level, and another spike up with rejection, retest, and then continuation up. Okay, and since then we are just ranging around 1803 and the previous highs. Okay, so this is gold. So as I was saying, or the consolidation period after Asian push. Okay. They go to below recent price sensitivity area many times. Continuation up. This is the bullish trend resumes. And I say resumes because the intraday trend is bullish, also coming from the bullish. Let me just make a arrow here, but it's coming from Asian session bullish push. That's why I'm saying that is a continuation, and is our intraday bias is bullish right now. Break above 1795. Above 1786, which is a key level. Yeah. Very good. Break above 1795. Why are you here? Okay. Break above 1795. Here. Break above 1803. And in red, rejection at 1803. Key level. Bounce 1795. Key level. And then consolidation, which is pretty absolutely normal after such a big day with such big moves. Okay, so give me a second. Okay, and we are back, and we're going to do Bitcoin as well. So Bitcoin, as you can see, didn't have the same big moves. But it moved quite well. Okay. This is doing Asian session. Okay. So we're coming from Asian session, and as you can see, yeah, okay. We were in a bullish bias. Some big reactions, making new highs. And then making the new high at over 50K, which is a psychological price level. Since then, we can see a pullback, sort of retesting this previous price sensitivity area, a double bottom, another spike up to sort of make a new high, failing, but still showing buyers momentum, buyers being stronger than sellers. We may end up making a new high. We can call it a head and shoulder, head and the two shoulders, because we can see that price is, yes, indeed making a new high. It fails to make another new higher high, and then we have a deeper pullback. Not on any specific level, but 50K psychological price level, very important. Since then we range, we create very slow we are in an uptrend, but the slope is very small. We are still creating new lower, higher lows, but we are not very, we can say is a real clear trend. We have at this previous price sensitivity area a huge rejection, reacting exactly more or less at 50K, immediate reaction on the upside, but failing to make new highs. So another rejection, back into the range. We go. We react again at these previous highs. And then since then, we see price creating lower highs, lower lows. So here, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, very impulsive, lower low, very impulsive, lower low, reacting at this previous sensitivity area, and then touching again 49,300, and since then bouncing into a consolidation period. Retesting again, making a double bottom for a spike up. There you go. But as you can see, we are still in an overall bearish trend. Here, we are still in a bearish trend, intraday trend. So nothing special happened on Bitcoin, I gotta say. Coming from the highs of pre-London, where I did my analysis, I was expecting this was a very, very, very impulsive momentum and move on the upside. So I was expecting a deeper pullback, especially not necessarily until 48,700 previous key level, but probably a less deep pullback. And I was identifying this price sensitivity area on the bottom, on the top, but during Asian session, London session, there wasn't a big move, apart from this head and shoulder and last rejection that brought price for like 20 pips, 30 pips, 20 pips on up to this level. So that was the psychological price level of 50K. But from that, just big consolidation period. You can see can see it all in a chart, the consolidation. We had a breakup before it, and then we have a breakdown after it, but nothing really special or to talk about it for today. So this is it for today. See you guys tomorrow.